Hello students, today we shall learn more about verbs. A verb is the most important word of a sentence. So please pay attention to learn verbs properly. Verbs of incomplete prediction. Now, we say something about a person, place, or thing. What we say something about is called the subject of the sentence. And whatever we say is called predicate. Predicate is the thing, is the matter said about a person, place, or thing. Verb is an important part of the sentence. Some verbs can fulfill their meaning on their own. Some verbs cannot fulfill the complete meaning or complete sense of the sentence on their own. Now, look at these words: is, am, are, has, or have. These are the words called verbs of incomplete prediction. Let us see how it is. Look at the following sentences. Hina is. Does it make complete sense? No. But if we say Hina is happy, does it make complete sense? Yes. The word is needs another word, happy, to make the meaning complete. We say something about Hina, so Hina is the subject. Hina is. To make the sense complete, we may say Hina is happy. Similarly, they are. We say something about they. They are. Does it make complete sense? No. But if we say they are late, they are late. Does it make complete sense? Yes. The verb are needs another word, late, to make the sense complete. We say something about they, so they is the subject. Are is the verb. Late is the word that is needed to complete the sense of the verb sentence. Next, I am. I am. Does it make complete sense? No. But if I say I am ready to play, so ready to play is a word, group of words needed to make complete sense of the verb am. I am. We say something about I What is am I? I am is ready to play. So I is the subject, am is the verb, and the group of words ready to play is used to complete the sense or meaning of the sentence. Similarly, the soldiers have. We say something about soldiers. Soldiers have what? Does it make complete sense? No. But if we say the soldiers have guns, does it make complete sense? Yes. The soldiers is a verb for subject, have is the verb, guns is the word needed to make the sense complete. Like that, Bunty has. We say something about Bunty, but does it make complete sense? No. But if we say Bunty has fever, does it make complete sense? Yes. Bunty is not healthy, he is ill. Bunty has fever, high temperature. So, fever is the word needed to make the sense complete. Similarly, we say something about we. We have. Does it make complete sense? No. But if we say, we have a holiday today. So group of words, a holiday today, is used to make the sense complete. So, we is the subject, have is the verb, and a group of words, a holiday today, is used to make the sense of the verb complete. This group of words is called complement. These are the words of incomplete prediction. Predictions mean to say something. Incomplete means they do not complete. The prediction means saying something. So verbs of incomplete prediction need complement like happy, late, ready to play, guns, fever, a holiday today, like that. So these are the words of incomplete prediction. Now, subject and object of the verb. The boys fly kites on Uttarayan. The goats graze grass. Rohan rides a blue bike. Now mark, who fly kites? To the first sentence, the verb asks the question, who fly kites? The boys. The boys fly kites. So, answer to the question who to the verb is the boys. So, we say something about the boys. So, boys is the subject of the verb, subject of the sentence also. Like, the goats graze grass. Who graze grass? The answer is the goats. So, the goats is the subject of the verb graze. We say something about goats. Rohan rides a blue bike. So if we ask to the verb rides the question who rides a bike, a blue bike? The answer will be Rohan. So Rohan rides a blue bike. So Rohan is the subject of the verb writes. Subject of the verb is also the subject of the whole sentence too. We say something about the boys, we say something about the gods, we say something about Rohan. These words are called the subject of the word or the subject of the sentence. Now, answer to the question who for a verb is called the subject of the verb. The subject is the doer of the verb. Verb shows some action, state, or feeling, or possession. So subject and statements we write in the beginning of the sentence. We write subject first in statements. In questions, we do not write subject first. In questions, we either write a question word like who, what, when, which, how, why, etc. In questions, we write question words who, what, when, which, how, why, etc. Or we also write these words is, am, are, has, have, do, does. These words of incomplete prediction are also used to ask questions. They are used in the beginning of the sentence. Now, again, what do boys fly? Now, to the same verb, ask another question. What do the boys fly? The boys fly kites. What do the goats graze? What do the goats graze? The goats graze grass. What does Rohan ride? Rohan rides a blue bike. Thus, answer to the question what for the verbs is the object of the verb. Fly kites. What do the boys fly? Kites. Kites is the object of the verb fly. What do the goats graze? Grass. Grass is the object of the verb graze. What does Rohan ride? A blue bike. A blue bike is the object of the verb rides. Thus, such verbs like fly, graze, rides, they make complete sense. They also have a subject, and generally they also have objects in many cases. So, if you mark the verb in a sentence, you will be able to find out the subject of the verb. ask question who to the verb, you will get the answer which will be the subject. That is, we say something about subject. If you ask a question what to the verb, you will get the answer which will be object of the verb. So object, if it is there, is written next to the verb in English. So the verbs which have subjects, objects, and if they make complete sense, they are called principal verbs. Here, the verbs, any verb must always have a subject. Subject is the doer of the action. Without subject, a verb cannot exist. Subject should be mentioned in a sentence or understood in the sentence. A verb may have a complement to complete the meaning, or it can complete its meaning on its own. There are some verbs which can complete their meanings on their own. For example, the babies sleep. Meaning is fulfilled. The babies sleep. The verb sleep has a subject babies. Babies sleep. The verb sleep does not require any other word to make the meaning complete. The soldiers are marching. Marching is the verb that fulfills complete meaning. Some verbs have objects and some verbs do not have objects. So, a verb must have the subject, but it can have or it cannot have an object. If the verb has an object, we call it a transitive verb. Because the action done by the subject, it is transmitted to something else. For example, the goats graze. What? Grass. The action of grazing is transmitted over to grass. So grass becomes the object of the verb graze. The boys fly kites. The action of flying is transmitted over kites. The boys do the action of flying. They fly what? Kites. So action is transmitted over to the verb kites. Word kites. Thus, Rohan rides a bicycle. Rohan does the action of riding. Rohan rides. The action of riding is transmitted over to a blue bike. So a blue bike is the object of the verb rides. Thus, this type of verbs have objects and they are called transitive verbs. Dear students, please try to practice and understand, comprehend the peculiarities of various words, subject, object, verbs and complements. Thank you and have a nice day.